Why We Sleep. Unlocking the Power of Sleep and Dream. By Matthew Walker PhD. To sleep. Trouble with sleeping the recommended amount of time is a common issue. Those who do meet their biological requirements in terms of sleep can be considered exceptions in the present time. Nothing can cover the loss caused by sleep deficiency. This loss ranges from lack of interest to increasing proneness to deadly diseases and disorders including cancer and suicidality. Apart from affecting you, sleeplessness puts the life of those around you in danger too. This is evident from the fact that the condition is a major cause of road accidents across the globe. Scientists have not only miserably failed to draw enough attention of the people towards the utmost need of sleep, they have not been able to make us aware of the main purpose of sleeping either. However, different fields of studies have defined it in different ways ranging from logic to psychology. While logic suggests its role in conserving energy, psychology considers it to allow the biological functions which are bound to occur in the non-conscious state. Whatever its basic role is, its importance in carrying out everyday activities effectively cannot be denied. Caffeine, jet lag and melatonin, losing and gaining control of your sleep rhythm. The time for sleeping or staying awake is determined by two factors mainly, your brain clock and the chemical substance in your brain which develops the pressure for one or the other state to be entertained. The internal clock relies on the natural cycle of day and night to help you follow the rhythm. All creatures except humans tend to consistently follow their natural order. The factors involved in this deviation may range from time zone variations to brain chemicals affecting substances like caffeine. People can be broadly categorized into two divisions: morning larks, who fall asleep easily after it is dark, and night owls, who find it hard until late night. Sleeping pills like melatonin enable hormones activator that signals you to sleep, while caffeine blocks such hormones and keeps you stay awake. The jet lag affected sleeping cycle is normally treated by melatonin to help the individuals regain the lost rhythm due to time zone variation. All this aside, it must also be noted that sleeping even 8 hours at night may not fulfill your deficiency. Sleeping disorders may still make you feel drowsy and experience fatigue and must be assessed well. Defining and generating sleep, time dilation and what we learned from a baby in 1952. The horizontal position, the lowered muscle tone and other signs of sleep are so universal that even scientists recognize and acknowledge them. The state differs from death and coma due to the fact that it is reversible once brought to an end by physical interruption. Moreover, the time pattern too helps us determine the state of an individual's sleep. In a scientific research conducted on infants in 1952, it was discovered that there was a state of sleep at which the brain waves functioned the same way as they did during wakefulness. The phase of sleep was further followed by another phase at which the infant's eyes darted between the two sides. This rapid eye movement, REM, sleep is the very state during which we dream in our sleep. During this, the brain waves activities resemble with the wakeful state, which is not the case during non-rapid eye movement, NREM, sleep. Our wakefulness relies on the reception of the activities occurring in our surroundings, something which ceases to exist during REM sleep. On the contrary, NREM rather process the information gathered during wakefulness and reflects on those memories. 8 beds, dinosaurs and napping with half a brain. Who sleeps? How do we sleep and how much? All the living beings are bound to sleep, though their cycles, patterns and ways of sleeping vary from one another. The brown bat sleeps 4 hours while an elephant 19 hours. Similarly, bats are programmed to sleep rather during the day than most of the other animals. Furthermore, it has been discovered that only the animals which evolved late in the evolutionary cycle experienced the REM sleep, while those dating back to earliest animals including insects and reptiles do not have any other version of sleep than REM. As for the humans, especially post-industrialization, modernity has significantly changed our sleeping patterns, putting constant cuts on one of the most essentials of our life. Changes in sleep across the lifespan. The duration of sleep required for an individual varies with the age. A neonatalo child spends 6 hours each experiencing REM and NREM sleep during a day. As fetus enters into the final trimester, the ratio of the NREM is further reduced. The movements a mother feels during this stage of pregnancy are the result of the wakeful-like state of REM. One of the major differences between the sleeping patterns of adults and infants is that of the number of slumbers. Infants tend to have polyphasic sleep, allowing them to experience the state many times in a day. On the contrary, the adults can hardly manage to sleep only once in the 24-hour cycle of the day. Although they do need more sleep, but the medical conditions caused by intake of caffeine and other such substances do not allow that. This further leads to chronic sleep issues and other health problems. Your mother and Shakespeare knew the benefits of sleep for the brain. One of the major benefits of sleep is memory enhancement. It can prove to be effective especially before and after learning something, as it prevents you from forgetting and prepares you to learn well respectively. However, an 8-hour night's sleep is the best in this regard. On the contrary, if you fail to sleep at least for 6 hours at night, you start experiencing drawbacks in many ways. These include physical exhaustion, reduced muscle movement and damages to metabolic, cardiovascular and respiratory processes. In that regard, sleep is the best recovery activity which cannot be replaced by any other. It ensures the muscle and cell repairmen and also helps you forget the negative memories which may otherwise affect you emotionally. This is because your brain is naturally wired to filter what you require for your well-being. Too extreme for the Guinness Book of World Records: sleep deprivation and the brain. Due to its extremely dreadful outcomes, even the Guinness Book of World Records has stopped recognizing any attempts of breaking the world record of sleep deprivation. Depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, Alzheimer's disease, stroke, chronic pain and even suicide, all find their roots in this cause. Moreover, its physiological effects may lead you to deadly diseases and disorders like cancer, heart attacks, diabetes, infertility, obesity, weight gain and immune deficiency. It is important to understand that sleep deprivation, even to least degree, affects your concentration level. What makes matters worse is that no amount of power naps and other techniques popularized by media can heal the damage caused by sleeplessness. Therefore, to ensure the cognitive performance, individuals must take at least 7 hours of night sleep. Cancer, heart attacks, and a shorter life, sleep deprivation and the body. The fact is simple: sleeping less results in shorter life. Losing rest by an hour can flare up your risk of heart diseases. Furthermore, the more you are awake, the more appetite you would encounter. This eventually also results in weight gain, which comes with its own set of problems. The metabolic system also gets disturbed, leading you to diabetes and other such deadly diseases. Sleep deprivation also affects the reproduction system. Your hormones are so damaged due to the loss of sleep that they age you up to 15 years older than you actually are. The damage is irrecoverable as those hormones get too weak to respond. Moreover, your immune system is so disturbed that it fails to recover you from infections and injuries, leaving you prone to more health issues. Lack of sleep further has a grave impact on your genes and DNA. It alters the DNA in such a way that your children may have to pay the price in different forms, including their appearance and behavior. Routinely psychotic, REM sleep dreaming. The state of REM sleep is considered to be ideal for dreams to occur. Today, magnetic resonance imaging or MRI carves the brain up into thousands of small boxes and indicates the exact locality of the occurring activity. It gives the detailed map of the activity specifying everything involved in the brain activity. REM sleep, having the similar brain waves as those of conscious state, was considered to have all other regions of the brain activated. However, surprisingly, it was found that certain specific regions of it, including prefrontal cortex, remain shut during the activity. This helped the scientists differentiate the REM sleep from the conscious state, as the rational thought-controlling regions of the brain were deactivated while in the state of dream. The activated regions included motor, emotional, visual and memory-related parts of the brain. The advancement with relation to dreams has helped the science to understand many of its factors, including content, form and conditions. However, science is yet to find out the function of the dreams occurring during our sleep, as until now no purpose of those visuals has been determined. We have been able to trace the functions of the REM sleep in which the dreams take place. What science seeks further is to identify the reason for which individuals experience those visuals in their sleep. Dreaming as overnight therapy. One of the functions of REM sleep is nursing your mental and emotional health. During your REM sleep, noradrenaline chemical activity is shut down in the brain. Noradrenaline is a stress-related chemical, and its inactivity determines the suspension of the anxiety-triggering molecule for that specific time period. As a result, dreams provide you with the therapy overnight by blocking the stress molecules and setting you free of the undesired experience. Dreams primarily serve two purposes. They help you remember the valuable details of the important experiences of life while relating them to the present conditions in an autobiographical perspective. And they set you free of the painful charge over those memories of the past to provide you with the emotional relief in a therapeutic manner. Furthermore, the regions of the brain known for their decoding of the emotional signals have also been found to be active during the REM sleep. This means that those deprived of the REM sleep are more likely to be prone to emotional disturbances. This has also been proven in experiments. Dream creativity and dream control. REM sleep determines the processing of intelligent information meant to promote problem solving and creativity. Much of the human progress can unnoticeably be based on such novel approaches formed in dreams. Russian chemist Dmitry Mendeleev's arrangement of the periodic table 2 falls in the category. Having a control over your dreams is yet a higher skill to be mastered. It requires you to be aware of the state of dreaming when you experience it. Scientific experiments have proved the fact that lucid dreams allow the dreamer to dream what one wants to dream about. This can prove to be a major achievement to help you get to the heights of creativity. It is quite possible that the greatest discoveries may also be the result of this process. Things that go bump in the night, sleep disorders and death caused by no sleep. Disorders concerning sleep can make your life too miserable to feel any interest in it. Let us have a quick look at some of those disorders. Somnambulism is a term that refers to sleep disorders ranging from sleepwalking, talking, and eating to sex and even killing. The activities are carried during REM sleep and the individuals have no memories of them when awake. Similarly, insomnia refers to the inability to sleep, especially at the supposed night time. In its worst form, called fatal familial insomnia, the individual completely loses ability to sleep, which can even lead to death. Narcolepsy, on the other hand, is the sleep disorder in which individuals sleep excessively, especially during the daytime. It is also attributed with sleep paralysis, which leaves you unable to wake yourself up due to the inability to control your muscle tone. iPods, factory whistles, and nightcaps, what's stopping you from sleeping? The quality of our sleep is dependent upon several factors. One of these factors is the electricity and the light exposure that we constantly get even at night. Similarly, caffeine consumption and alcohol intake have their due effects too. The latter enforces the human body to wake up several times at night, something which damages the REM sleep badly. The worst part is that as a consumer, you may not even remember waking up. Similarly, it has almost been impossible for an individual to reduce their exposure to light at night. The fact is that it is neither necessary nor recommended to maintain complete darkness for the whole night. Therefore, using dim lights and the night mode screens can significantly help. Some other determinant and helpful factors include regularized temperatures and hot baths that aid in adding quality to NREM sleep. However, the most harmful determinant of all today is the enforced awakening, as industrialized environment constantly demands that. Hurting and helping your sleep pills versus therapy. Studies prove that sleeping pills are not an appropriate alternative for natural sleep. Instead, they lead to life-threatening diseases. Their effects are somewhat similar to the effects of alcohol, as they shut the respective regions of the brain forcibly. It has also been observed that 2 to 3 pills a week on average can increase the risk of death up to 5 times. Instead of pills, using the advancements in the field of neuropsychology is a better alternative and a natural process. For example, the cognitive behavioral therapy can help you against insomnia by adopting techniques that change your habits which hold you back from sleeping naturally. The one habit, however, that helps the best in terms of sleep is of going to bed and waking up at the same time alone. There is no harm even in using an alarm, and it helps profoundly in the pursuit for sleep. Sleep and society. What medicine and education are doing wrong, what Google and NASA are doing right. In the United States alone, the number of people sleeping less than 6 hours has risen from a mere 2% to 30% in the last 100 years. Japan and the United Kingdom too have 66% and 39% sleep deficiency rates respectively. Similarly, it is said that the 2/3 of the world population is a victim of sleep deficiency, something which makes the subject a global issue. Countries need to realize that sleep deprivation costs you the cognitive performance required at the workplace. This is precisely why Google and NASA have relaxed the work schedule for the employees to encourage them work as per their routine. Similarly, studies indicate that changing the school times late by an hour help the students get better results in the academics. It also increases the life expectancy by reducing the chances of traffic accidents. All of this tells us that the solution to a lot of our problems lies in quality sleep, which must be ensured at all costs. A new vision for sleep in the 21st century. There is a dire need to analyze the resisting factors towards changing the sleep pattern. This requires us to identify the ways to deal with those factors in order to change our sleeping patterns at a larger level. However, society itself, being the sum of individuals, requires the individuals to put their due efforts as well. They can do so by reducing their exposure to the elements which affect sleep. Furthermore, awareness concerning the value of sleep must be ensured at the educational level to help the youth adopt positive behavioral patterns. Organizational settings also need to be reviewed to confirm if they allow the employees to take enough rest as per their individual routines. We humans need to be concerned about reversing ourselves to our natural patterns which we have left far behind. We have been seeking what is not so important to be achieved at the cost of our natural behavior. This makes it high time that we correct our direction to avoid further misery as human race. What we learned. What was the core message that we got from this book? The statistics indicate around 2/3 of the adults sleep less than the sleep cycles recommended for them. There is no region of the world which indicates fulfilling the criteria of sleeping for at least 8 hours during night. Guinness Book of World Records has stopped recognizing any attempts of breaking sleep deprivation world record due to its dreadful results. The results of sleep deprivation have been found to be far more devastating than any other extreme activity. Extensive research studies conducted with respect to sleep deprivation have found that sleeping less results in shorter life. Your hormones are so damaged due to the loss of sleep. The REM, rapid eye movement, sleep is the very state during which we dream in our sleep. The brain waves remain slow for the rest of the sleep duration, called deep REM, non-rapid eye movement sleep. Some basic functions of REM sleep are nursing our mental and emotional health while enhancing creativity and problem solving. There are hardly any other mental disorders as disturbing as those related to sleep issues.